Hey guys, welcome to FEROX at Pogo 36. We want to give you a quick safety briefing on all the features that the boat has so that you're familiar with it for the next race. Let's jump right on. Alright, one of the first features out here is the life raft. FEROX is equipped with a 6-person life raft. You find that in the stern. Basically you use these two levers here, pull them up, and then right underneath here you find the life raft. In emergency, you would open the straps, throw it out, and it should inflate, and then we'll all jump in. Let's hope that we never have to use it. In case of water in the boat, we have the option to manually bilge pump the boat. So next to the motor panel, you find the manual bilge pump. You open it like that, that's what I just did, right? In the boat, there's the hose. We show you that in a second. And then out here, a person of the crew or the driver could actually pump with this pump water out of the boat, and this is a way to bail the boat and hopefully keeps us afloat. Alright, still in the back of the boat, two more important safety features. FEROX is also equipped with 2 life slings in the back of the boat, so those are used in case we have a man overboard. We basically open the Velcro on the side, throw the life sling out, and the driver is going to be driving around that person, and hopefully the person is catching the life sling, and then we can pull them back on board. So we have one on each side. This is it, open the Velcro, deploy them, and we're ready to retrieve the person. For those of you that are racing with us in the ocean, one more important safety equipment. We're going to have a den buoy, a man overboard pole basically in this position. We don't have it there for the regular racing in the bay, but for offshore races you will find it here. It basically has a red bungee on the top. You open that bungee and then you just toss that whole thing overboard. It's going to inflate automatically. A huge man overboard pole is going to be deployed and signal where the person went overboard, and hopefully the person has a chance to swim to it, be close to it. And also with the den buoy, it's not only a pole but also a horseshoe that the person could use to get additional flotation. One more item that is important in case we have water in the boat. We have 2 buckets in this lazarette in here. You will find them there. Just pull them out and start bailing. One other item that you find in here is the boat hook. You see it actually there, the gray thing. That basically can be used to retrieve items that fell in the water, or just grab something that you want to reach from afar. All right, welcome on board now. We take you through a tour down below and just going right in. Right here in this portion of the boat, right next to the nav station, we have a couple of safety features that we want to explain. So right underneath the seat here, we have the safety kit, the emergency kit basically, with a bunch of band-aids and splints. We also have one more, a little more comprehensive safety gear. And basically this should be enough to cover the basic incidents that we have on board. And then in addition, you see there the fire extinguisher in case we have a fire on board. Okay. And you also see over here the EPIRB, which is a deployable EPIRB that gets activated once in the water or through manual activation. It's right in the nav table. You pull it out and you throw it into the water before attaching it to the boat. And then it's going to float right next to the boat, and we should be picked up by the Coast Guard because they should receive that signal, and then we should be all safe and sound. For communication, we also have 2 radios on board. We have one fixed radio that has a masthead antenna, has 25 watt of power, so it should have a good coverage, and is also equipped with DSC. So we can take DSC calls, make DSC calls, and basically communicate with other boats. The second one you will find in here. This is a yellow one. Turn the knob on, and then you're basically ready to go to make a communication with another boat. Also in this compartment you find flashlights, binoculars, a horn. In particular, this blue pouch contains all the flares that we have on board, and that we can use to signal to other boats in case of distress. So in the starboard cabin, you find actually the fire port that is important in case we have an engine fire. You find that here on the left side in the starboard cabin. You open that little white cap, and then you use the nozzle from the fire extinguisher hold it right in and go full blast in case we have an engine fire. So in this compartment, in the starboard cabin here, once we've opened the zipper, you find actually the engine room, more or less, or the technical room where a lot of technical equipment is stored, as well as the bilge pump. The bilge pump on FEROX is a little special because we don't have bilge, a regular, like a main bilge in the boat. So we have compartments, and those compartments can be emptied with that hose. That hose can run all the way through the boat, and you can basically stick it into compartments where there's water ingress. And the button to activate the bilge pump is right here on the side. And you push that little button that says bilge pump, and then the bilge pump will be activated and will start pumping, and the water will be pumped out in the back of the boat. And the same hose is used when you use the manual bilge pump that I showed you earlier outside. A set of tools can be found here right next to the bathroom, and there's a bunch of tools right in here that can be handy in situations. So we have electrical problems, we have mechanical problems, screws came loose, it's a bunch of pliers in there, wrenches and whatnot. I think we should be well equipped to handle minor breakdowns on the boat, and it's all found here. So the Pogo is equipped with the swing keel system, so that means the keel can come up hydraulically, and it can change its draft from 4 feet to 9 feet when we're sailing. And in order to operate the keel, to bring it down, you find basically 3 buttons on the side of the fridge, on the port side of the fridge. So the first one, the white one, is the up button, the red one is the stop, and the black one is to bring it down. Let's say we're leaving the harbor and we want to bring it down, then one push on the black one will bring the keel down. It takes 32 seconds to bring the keel down, and then once you hear like a click noise and you feel a motion in the boat, then press that once more. That means the keel is down. We press it once more just to ensure it's really down. You will hear a clicking sound, and then the keel is in the downward position. When we're entering the harbor again, the same thing, we have to bring up the keel, and we push the white button once, that brings the keel up. Also there, we press it once more just to ensure the keel is really up. And so that are the procedures to operate the keel under normal circumstances. In case of a grounding, hard grounding, the boat is equipped with a release valve, so that means the keel can swing back. So it will take the pressure and swing back a little bit, absorb the shock in the boat, so we don't have to worry about a structural problem. In that case, we have to inspect carefully what happened to the keel hydraulic, but in case we deem it safe, we can push these buttons again and bring the keel hydraulic or the keel back down, and hopefully return to the next harbor safely.